As you can see, Bart and Jennifer Mills are with us. That must mean it's movie time, and you guys have paraded yourselves off to the latest theater to see Fast X, part of the Fast and Furious franchise. What do you think, guys?
All right, so this one kicks off. We've got Dom Toretto, Vin Diesel, and his family. They're being targeted by the vengeful son, played by Jason Momoa, of the drug kingpin who was killed and robbed in Fast 5. So they start off immediately with a flashback to Fast 5 where they've stolen the vault, anybody that saw Fast 5, and racing down the freeway dragging a huge vault behind their cars. So it starts off immediately with this huge chase.
Always good for your transmission to be lugging around a vault. Huh?
Yeah, it's a little tough, especially with these cars. But, you know, these cars are supernatural.
Indestructible. Yeah. Indestructible.
All right, so this is, they're recapping for us. And does this one fall into place very nicely? Is it a smooth transition?
Well, there's nothing particularly smooth about any of these. I mean, this is a Fast and Furious movie, so either you're in the world or you're not. I mean, it is just 2.5 hours of stunts and driving and CG. Energy and a lot of CG. And I mean, it's just the same cast that we've seen over the years, but it just keeps adding because every movie they add another villain. Occasionally that villain then becomes one of the good guys and the family continues to grow. And so, you know, these movies just get bigger and bigger. And I think at this point, this was what did we say? I wrote it down, $340 million to make this movie. So this was the most expensive yet. I think it's the longest runtime yet. It's certainly the loudest of the bunch so far. So it just keeps getting bigger.
So 2.5 hours you mentioned. Is that a little tough, Jennifer?
It was tough, yes.
We had really good seats. So
yeah,
nice.
You know, we went to the Department Mall with the heated recliners. It was lovely, but yeah, it's just the whole franchise has become so absurd at this point. You know, it's gotten away from the racing and just gotten into these ridiculous stunts that defy all logic and physics, and you know. But, you know, if you're in it for the long haul and you're in it to see every movie in the franchise, then you're going to need to see it.
Okay, so I'm kind of sensing that this wasn't probably the greatest one that you've seen so far.
No, but, you know, it's not my favorite of the series. And I hate to admit, I've seen probably at least the last 5 of the series. And at around 5, 6, and 7, they got pretty good. I mean, they were actually pretty, you know, you have to buy into the ridiculousness of them, but they were pretty good. They were exciting. But this one goes a little far. That said, I still had a good time at the movies. It's hard to be, you know, 2 hours. We went at like 10 in the morning. So that's a great time to go see a movie just full of ridiculous action. And the acting is almost all terrible, despite the fact that they've got some world, you know, there's like 4 Oscar winners in this cast. Not Vin Diesel, but a lot of other people. But all the heavy lifting acting-wise ends up in Vin's lap, and that's not a great safe space for it. But if you like these movies, it's great. If you don't like these movies, it's a misery.
All right, so thumbs up or thumbs down. Let's start with you, Jennifer.
Well, I would, if you want to see it, you definitely need to see it in the theater for the full experience. I wouldn't see it again, but I'm not a huge Fast fan. So, but if you are, definitely go see it in the theater.
Well, I think, you know, it's a thumbs up, like she said. I think it's a thumbs up if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise and you just want mindless adrenaline. But as a film, I got to say, you know, there's got to be something better.
And someone that cares about script and plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do also want to throw in there to stay after the credits because there's a pretty important scene that is most likely setting up the next film.
Okay, Fast X, Bart and Jennifer Mills, we appreciate your time as always, and we're back with more right after this.